Good morning, boys and girls. I hope you are well. I hope you've had a lovely weekend and that you are well rested and safe. This week on Guide of Reading, we're going to be looking at a new book. But first, let's remind ourselves of our reading strategies. You can use any of these strategies to help you, but the one I want you to focus on is your eagle eye and your stretchy snake. Your eagle eye is when you look at pictures in the book to help you with the word. Your stretchy snake is when you look at letters in a word and you stretch out the sounds and then you put them back together again. Let's have a go at a stretchy snake of our own. Travels. T-r-av-us. You have a go for me? Good job, well done. Travels. T-r-av-us. Fantastic, well done. The book we're going to be looking at this week is called Tasty Travels. So boys and girls, here is what your book looks like on Oxford Owl. Let's have a read. Tasty Travels. Hello, I'm Glenn. I took part in the Great British Bake Off, a baking competition that was shown on television in the UK. I have always loved food. My earliest memory is the smell of my nan's fish and chips made with freshly caught fish. She also made the best cakes and pies. And she taught me how to bake. I love making cakes, but there's more to me than baking. I also love all types of food from around the world. I am from Bedford, UK, which has a mix of people from different places like Italy, Pakistan, the Caribbean and Poland. I grew up eating wonderful food from lots of different countries. As a child, I used to love going to friends' houses and being offered crispy, delicious pizza or golden lentil soup. Every family has their own favourite. If someone offers you something you've never eaten before, give it a try. When I was little, we went on holiday to France, and I have loved travelling ever since. Each place is different, but there are always interesting people, and there is always amazing food. France. My first holiday ever was at a campsite by the sea in France. On the way back from the beach, we brought sweet, juicy fruit to eat. For a special treat, we had thin pancakes called crepes. We watched them being made in the crepe van, and sometimes we ate them with fruit. It is nice to have something sweet for dessert, and fruit is perfect, healthy choice. Fruit contains lots of vitamins, minerals, and fibre. Fruit fresh is best. Some types of fruit are nice all year round, but there's nothing better than a taste of a freshly picked peach that has ripened in the summer sun. Here we have a recipe for crepes with fruit. Make sure you always wash your hands before you start to cook. You have your ingredients and you have your step-by-step instructions. Can you find the imperative verbs in this instruction? Let me know if you can. Spain. My happiest memories of Spain are from when I lived in a city called Barcelona. Every region of Spain has its own special dishes. My favourite is the simplest. Instead of using butter, you smear your bread with soft, ripe tomatoes. Wonderful. Food fact. It is important to eat plenty of fruit and vegetables. They give our bodies the vitamins and minerals we need to stay healthy. Spanish food changes through the year as the weather changes. In the summer, when it's hotter, many fruits are at their best. In the winter and spring, people eat more vegetables, such as grilled calcots, which taste a lot like leeks. They are cooked on a grill, served with a sauce made from peppers and almonds. You eat them with your fingers. Yummy, but messy. Food fact: as people move around the world, they take their favourite foods with them. People from North Africa moved to Spain hundreds of years ago and brought foods such as rice, almonds and dates. India. When I was 19, I travelled around India by train. I can remember the sound of people shouting, "Tea! Tea!" and the hot spicy smell of the food as the trains pulled into the next station. As passengers got on and off, people sold food and drinks through the train windows. I enjoyed eating vegetable snacks called pakoras. Food fact: in India, lots of people are vegetarians, so there are many foods that are made from vegetables and healthy pulses, such as lentils. Foods like lentil dal are simple and delicious. Food fact: pulses are a great way for vegetarians to get get the protein our bodies need, protein to grow and repair themselves. Lentil dal. Here we have another recipe for lentil dal. These are our ingredients and this is our instructions. Can you find the imperative verbs in these instructions for me? I can see one. Slice. Australia. I lived in Australia for a year and travelled all over the enormous country. Australians and New Zealanders have traditional dishes like pavlova, which is now eaten all over the world. The weather in Australia made my Christmas traditions seem strange. I remember having a barbecue on the beach on Christmas Day and singing songs about a snowy Christmas. Christmas is during the summer in Australia, so there was no chance of snow at all. Farming in Australia. Aboriginal people have lived in Australia for thousands of years. Traditionally, they hunted animals such as kangaroos. They also searched for food such as seeds, vegetables and fruit. Some Aboriginal people still do this to this day. European people started moving to Australia in the 18th century. They brought plants and animals with them, and people in Australia started to grow crops such as wheat. Jamaica. There are many other places that I want to travel to. One place that I am keen to visit is Jamaica, in the Caribbean. The Caribbean islands have a wonderful variety of people and foods. I used to be a teacher in London in one of the schools. All of the cooks came from the Caribbean. They often served exotic spicy foods like jerk chicken and goat curry. One day I hope to go to Jamaica and taste these lovely foods again. Food fact: chicken is a good source of protein. Our bodies need protein to grow. Food fact: plantains look like sweet bananas, but they are savoury and are usually cooked before eaten. They can be boiled, baked or fried. Here is another recipe for jerk chicken. We have our ingredients here. Food fact: sunflower oil is a type of fat. Fats are an important part of our balanced diet, but it is easy to have too much fat. Food fact: rice is a grain. Grains contain carbohydrates, another important part of a healthy diet. Carbohydrates give us lots of energy. Here is our step-by-step instructions, and have a look if you can see any more imperative verbs. The UK. I love travelling, but there's no place like home. I live by the sea in Devon, in the UK. One of my favourite things to do in the winter is to take my dog for a walk along the beach. After some exercise in the cold air, I have a traditional Devon cream tea. Scones with jam and clotted cream and a warm cup of tea. Here is a recipe for scones. Food fact: it's okay to eat some sugar, but too much is unhealthy and can damage our teeth. and here is a recipe for scones. Now that I've finished reading, go all the way back to the beginning for me and have a go at reading it yourself. You could even try one of these yummy recipes in this book. And I'll tell you what Miss Grace's favourite recipe is scones. Scones is a very popular from where Miss Grace is from, back in the UK, so you should definitely try that recipe. Once you have finished reading, you can go on to your Kahoot quiz. Your first Kahoot quiz pin is 04110319. Here is what your quiz will look like. To join in the game, you need to enter your name and click OK Go. Once you have completed your quiz, don't forget to send me or your class teacher a picture to show us your lovely work. Enjoy and have fun!